Baby names. I have been so excited to make this video just because I've watched so many of them, and Scott and I were like 99% sure we have the name. And so we're having a baby boy, and so that was a little harder. I am just like an avid planner. So like I'm someone who's had baby list name for probably the past 2 years. And like I just keep it in my phone notes. And sorry, my hair is driving me nuts. I just don't feel cute today. I have a note in my phone, and like over the past 2 years, every time I've heard a name that I love, I'm like, oh, that would be a great baby name, and I add it to the list. And so I'm gonna go over some girl names and boy names. I, of course, have like way more girl names just because I feel like there's so many cute, precious girl names. My boy name list is short, and I am actually keeping the one that we picked off of there just so I can keep that as a surprise. I don't think I could give it in the list and then act like not say which one it is because I feel like I'm very readable and you'd probably guess. So I'm leaving it off and you'll find out later. I just know too, like sometimes people are not nice and I don't want to hear if you don't like it, because that will hurt my feelings. Okay, let's just get into it. Because I don't like when there's a lot of blabber around the names. I just want to hear the names. So I'm going to start with the girls first because there's a lot more of them. So girl names, cutie. I think the feeling I like from girl names, just for the style, I guess to give you a heads up, is like I like a good classic, pretty name. I know some of them aren't probably classic, maybe they're more unique. But I do like a classic, just feminine, pretty little name. And I'll tell you which one I really wanted if it was a girl. Like I had it in my mind that like it was a top contender and my husband really liked it too. And it ended up not being as classic. I don't know if it's considered classic. I don't know. So girl names. First one, Mia. So cute. Just a little Mia. And I think it's important too, I want to preface this by saying, when you're picking a baby name, like I try to visualize the name with that person gradually. I think of it as like, oh, what would this be? Is it like baby Mia, a teenager Mia, and a grown-up Mia? I try to pick names that are like I could see throughout life, because there's some names where you're like, I can't see an adult being named that. So I keep that in mind as well. So yes, Mia's so cute. Ivy, I love the name Ivy. I just think it's so sweet. A lot of these too, I feel like are very English. That's kind of my heritage. I'm like majority English. I have Irish, Scottish, Welsh, I think some French, very small French. That's all I can remember right now. My husband, he's got a lot of English in him too. English, Irish, Scottish, Jewish. So yeah, a lot of these names that I gravitate towards, I think are just like the classic English style names. So Mia, Ivy, Iris, same kind of like vibe as Ivy. I just love that name Iris, and it always reminds me of one of my favorite movies, The Holiday. Her name was Iris. Oh God, I love that movie. Jude Law. Adeline, I feel like that's very English. Adeline is just so pretty. Clara or Clara, say it either way. I love it either way. I just think it's so feminine and lovely. Amelia, that one isn't like my favorite one, but I still like it. Alice, that was a top contender for me. I just, say it. I love Disney movies. I grew up on Disney movies. And not that I like want to name it after Alice in Wonderland, but just think Alice is just so delicate and pretty and cute. And I just could have imagined like having a little Alice. So cute. I'm gonna add this one too. I have ones that are very like similar to each other. Olivia. I love the name Olivia. My husband's like, no, we're not naming a girl Olivia. I think he had like some like crush on a girl named Olivia in like the 3rd grade and something happened. He's like, we're not naming our daughter Olivia. I'm like, okay. But we're not having a daughter, we're having a boy. So it doesn't even matter. All right, we've come to the part in the list. Like this was the name I love. I love the name Remy for a girl. I just think it's so cute. It's so, I don't know, it's modern. I don't know how old the name Remy is. If it's newer, I don't think it doesn't feel like classic to me, but I've been following this girl for a while. Her name is Remy Bader. She's on Instagram. And I just, ever since I came across her page, I was like, Remy is such a cute name. I feel like it's modern. It's just like, I don't know, I could see like a baby Remy. I could see like, well, obviously I can visualize an adult Remy because I'm following that girl. But that was the top one, and my husband really loved it too. So we were pretty sure it would have been Remy if we picked a girl. Okay, all of these next ones have the same vibe. I love them. Again, I think because it's like giving classic Disney with Cinderella, but I love the name Elle, Ellie, Ella, and Evie, which is a little different. But just like, I don't know, that was a top contender too, is like, I love the name Ellie. I just think it's so precious and sweet. This next one is also based on, I'm guessing you guys know her. She was a rugby Olympian. I think she went to the Olympics. Gosh, but I just love her. Her name is Ilona, and I just liked that name too, Ilona. I thought that was really pretty. This one was lower on the list, but I still kind of liked the vibe. Was like Indiana. I probably wouldn't have picked that, but I just like how I've heard people name their sons that too, like Indiana, and then I just like, when I think of a name, I think of like what their nickname would be, because I don't know, nicknames are like important too. Like, oh, what will their nickname be? What will we call them? So I like that you can have the nickname Indy from that. Claire, I think is so cute. Gosh, I'm sorry. I have so many girl names. So if you're having a girl, hopefully this is good for you. Emma, love that. Rose. Rose was on the list because Scott's favorite grandmother's name was Rose. So we do love that name. Also, my good friend's daughter's name is Rose, and she's precious. Sawyer I like for a boy and a girl. I had never really thought of it being for a girl, and then I came across a girl Sawyer, and I was like, oh, that is so cute for a girl too. I love this one, Juniper. That's also another top one that I love because I would love to call her Junie. I just think that's so cute. Win, not so high on my list, but I do still like it because I like that you can, like, when she's like smaller, you could call her Winnie, and I think that's very cute. You'll get to know me. I love fantasy. I love like history, and I think like historical, that feels almost fantasy. So like Victorian age and things like that. So I got very inspired by watching the Gilded Age, and there's a character on there called Ada, and I was like, oh, I love that name. So Ada ended up on the list. Cleo. I love the name Cleo, but I don't know if you guys have seen, there's this guy who is Australian, and he makes all these funny videos that are like, he'll do scenes from like Twilight, but he's got really known for redoing scenes from Aquamarine, which I hadn't even seen that. It's like an old, I think, Disney show or something, I'm not sure. But there's a character named Cleo, and with his Australian accent, it'd be like, Cleo! So even though I do love the name Cleo, I just think of it being said with an Australian accent. Hazel is a top contender. I started diving into my family history, and I found a woman on my dad's side, and her name was Hazel Violet, and I thought that was the most precious sounding name ever. So yeah, Hazel was just like so sweet. Okay. All right. So that was the girl list names on the list of girls. Now we're to boys. Okay. It's so much shorter. And again, the boy one, the name that we're using is not on this list. So you'll find that out later. The boys, I don't even know what vibes this would be because it's not really like classic. They're kind of all over the place. Dare I say they're kind of like, I don't know, not country. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know what vibes these are. I don't know what it'd be considered. So the first one was Arlo. I love that one. That was a top one for me because I thought it would be cool to like call him Ari. I thought that was a cool nickname, and I just think Arlo sounds cool. Arlo Shaw. But Scott didn't like it. for some reason, he was like, Arlo Guthrie, we're not naming him that. I'm like, okay. I like this name a lot, but I feel like it gives more like if you live in Hawaii vibes, or I don't know. But Kai, I think, is a really cool name. I just don't know if it like fits our family. I don't know, the vibe. But I do love that name. Kai, I think, is really cool. I just feel like it's like, Kai, you're a cool guy. I don't know. One day, you just can be cool because your name's Kai. Avery, I think, is really cool. I've heard girls be named Avery too, but I really like that for a boy. I didn't put this on the list, but I also have loved the name Atticus. Like, I remember I used to work at Netflix, and there was a guy whose name was Atticus, and I was like, whoa, that's a cool guy. I never met him. And then Downton Abbey, also a fan, there was the character Atticus. So I just think that's really cool. I also love the name Miles. Miles. I just think of a handsome little guy named Miles. I love that one. I think it's perfect for a baby, and I think it's perfect for a grown adult man. Milo is also cute, but Milo, I feel, now that I'm thinking about it, I do love Milo, but I feel like it does fit a kid more than a like grown-up man. Milo, I also feel like it's more of like good pet name. Finn is a very cute name. I love the name Finn. Parker is cute. Waylon, that one wasn't super high on my list, but I do still like the name Waylon. First, I put Sawyer again because I was like, girl, boy, I love the name Sawyer, but it just ended up not winning against the one we picked. So I do love the name Sawyer. This one also isn't my super duper favorite, but it just had good options for like nickname, is Callum. I thought that was kind of cool. You could call him Callum. Heath, rest in peace, Heath Ledger. I just love the name Heath. I feel like that's an English name. I'm not sure, but I really like the name Heath. And then Jude. That one wasn't super high, but I don't know. I was like, maybe you could get behind that. So that's all I got. Girl and boy names. You can let me know what some of your favorites might be, or if maybe you've added some to your list. I'd like to know. And if you have an idea of what vibes that fit, you let me know, because I don't know what vibes that fit. I feel like the boy list was all over the place. But yeah, there you go. I hope you got some good ideas. Again, I love watching these videos. You'll have to stay tuned to find out what we name our son. But I don't even remember where I ended up hearing this name. I think it just was like one I put on the list a long time ago, and once I found it, Scott's like, I love that name. And I'm like, I also love that name. And even though I collected names along the way, it was like nothing ever beat it. And yeah, like I didn't want to be like, yeah, this is for sure it. But we're just like, that's the name. I don't know. It just felt right. So yeah. And also we have a middle name too now. That is not on the list. It's a very classic name, and it just flows off the tongue. So if you have any guesses, let me know. What do you think it is? And I won't let you know if you're right, but I will, but you'll find out if you're right later on. So anyways, wow, yeah. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you like these videos, I would so very much appreciate if you subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. Helps my channel grow. Right now my goal is to get to 50 subscribers, and I'm at 29. It's so exciting for me. I'm so excited. So yes, if you love these videos, share them with someone who might be pregnant and trying to think of what baby names to pick. Anyways, it was so nice talking to you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.